DJ
It's DJ Double here, and today I'm joined again, two of the sickest producers in the industry that we got over here. Heavytrackerz are in the building. What's going on, fellas?
Good.
I want to start off with a congratulations. The debut album is out.
Thank you.
No, thank you, man.
And it's sounding sick.
You heard it?
Sounding really, yeah. I've listened a couple times, man, from front to back. I've
Okay,
listened
cool.
through and I've been dissecting it, man. Like,
Sick.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You
can give us honest opinions and stuff.
You know, I'm not the yes man, so if I didn't like it, it would be kind of awkward anyway.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good for us to learn, and we can debate about it.
My first question about it: why is it called Odessey?
The term Odessey, it's spelled underneath. Really, Odessey refers to a journey from one point to another.
Right.
So it could be a space Odyssey.
Okay.
Like the film. It could be
hence the spacesuits on the cover.
Yeah, it could be a war odyssey, or it could be a musical journey. So Odyssey is just another word for journey.
Got you.
Yeah, that's it really.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
I noticed throughout the whole album, you've kind of dissected it into chapters. The different chapters, it sort of shows like the development of the journey and the progression of what goes in. Where did the concept to do that with the album come from? As opposed to, look, we're sick producers. We know everyone. Let's just get everyone on board and throw out a sick album just full of bangers. Do you know what I mean? Why did you decide to go down this such a creative journey?
Nah, I think it's mainly to challenge ourselves in it, because it's easily done, like you said. Make a compilation CD, slap bangers, a few bangers on there. But like, I think that was the most challenging bit of the album, dissecting it into chapters, making a story out of it.
I think we wanted to do as well, we wanted to treat it similarly to Odessey, A Space Odyssey 2001, which was obviously a film.
Right.
And how do you make an album and turn it into a film, just like Good Kid, Mad City was, for example, for Kendrick Lamar. And we always, complain that there isn't enough depth to albums. It's just 15, 16, 17 tunes slapped on together. You don't know whether you're coming and going. And we wanted to do it differently, but like Tank said, literally test ourselves. To see, okay, can we refrain from doing a million German whips? Can we actually, go up and down, and how do you? I think one of the main issues was, how do you do bangers but at the same time cater for radio, cater for Chantel, for Michael, for James, and everyone's happy, including ourselves, because obviously it starts with us. But it was that a musical journey.
Yeah. I like it, man. I really like the concept, and because it's different, I think it stands out, and it actually caught my attention. I hear bangers all day long. And do you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing bangers when I'm in the club all day long. So it's actually nice when I listen to music, especially when I'm in the car, to actually, like, you had my attention. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like,
what's next?
What's Paul going to say next? Like, where's he going with this? Like, do you know what I mean? Why did you choose Noel Clarke from the intro?
I think Noel Clarke was just like the right person to actually do the album, because what we had in our as an idea, we had someone that would actually to break down the album, basically, because we already had the intro, like we already had P Money on it. Do you know what I mean? So we wanted to actually solidify what the album's about. So I think he was the right person.
Like, to kind of like take it as well from someone away from our scene, because it was. And remember, the album, yes, it's music, we're producers, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about the journey of an artist or a producer in our case. But same thing can happen to a video director, an actor, a blogger, someone who takes pictures and doesn't get recognized for it. Like, it happens a lot. Of people take pictures and before you know it, it's in the sun and they don't get credits for it. So we wanted him because it's open to everyone. It's for all creatives, yourselves. Like, if you do a YouTube video and then next minute it's on WordStar, you ain't getting the credit, you're complaining. And remember, the skits are about that. It's about in a way, us or people getting bumped within the music industry.
Yeah.
So him doing it makes it easier because it's
So why
broader.
release?
It's not we weren't gonna get, no offense, but we weren't gonna get another rapper. Like we needed someone that started out off as an actor
Yeah.
and now was a movie director and he's doing stuff like Star Trek, is in this and that. Someone of caliber to go, look, you can do this, they're gonna bump you, but keep out here and
Yeah, and it makes sense as well because Noel Clarke does still relate back
to all of us,
to our scene. It's not like getting Russell Crowe to do it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Or
yeah.
like some random
Yeah,
actor
exactly.
who's gone big, but like.
And even
got
though
to
he's
do
not
it,
a
so-
rapper, but you still, you know what I'm saying, you still, everyone was still like, gee,
Most
Noel
definitely.
Clarke. You
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to say? And it's that. And I think hearing us doing the intro will be silly because I can give you that advice, but I don't think I'm there yet to be like, oh, watch out from these people and watch out.
I've noticed
done
with
it
you
all.
two guys, you like to be kind of behind the scenes a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in the videos, you know, there's the masks and stuff. In the photos, like, I wasn't sure if you're going to come in and sit down, like, cover your faces for the whole interview.
But do you
or
remember the
like,
conversation we had even last time when you done the YouTube thing? And I was debating. I was just like, should he be out? Should he not be out? Do you remember when we spoke
about
about it?
wearing
Because
the
I
mask,
wasn't.
yeah.
I wasn't sure whether the YouTube video should be out there. But that's like a representation of the album as well. It's funny when people like some people think, oh, so what? Did they come up with the ideas? It's like if all these people came up with the ideas, we wouldn't have this album. So something should tell you that it's so premeditated and it's so planned out by us, but we can't use our voice. We rather use other people's voice to express our feelings or how we feel about the scene or whatever it is that we discussed on it.
Yeah, the interludes with Paul, does he represent someone that's been involved in the Heavytrackerz journey? Well, someone specific, or is it kind of just a generalization of this happens a lot in music, so let's have it? It's kind of like how Eminem did it, didn't he? He did a similar thing.
That's where we got that from.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it was similar to that. So Paul is just like a representation of there's this industry guy who will bump you, like basically,
or just random stuff. Just it's not even just bumping. It's like just keep promising the world, and it's happened to us, and it happens to everyone else, and it's you're gonna be in this advert, and you're gonna do that, and these guys love your album, blah blah blah, and it's like you could just say we're gonna work hard and we're gonna try our best to get you from point A to point B, rather than all of this, you know, nonsense. We done like a few more interludes. We even had like interludes about going to see sponsors, like clothing sponsors,
right?
In this especially like sports clothing brands or whatever. And it's the same thing, like, oh yeah, you can pick out whatever you want, and you go there, you can't really pick out whatever you want. Oh, they really love you, and you go there, and the person's asking you, who are you again? It's like, why are you gassing it? But this is what most of it is about. And the car and what you're gonna get, and
Individually, what's your favorite song from the album?
Wow. For me, it's Feel the Love because of the process of it. Like, just having a choir, Mikel playing as well, doing his thing. But just the whole process of having a choir on it and the message, like obviously something that's completely different to what we usually do. That's why I like it so much.
That song's like completely different to anything that's out there. Like when I heard it, literally, and this is so random to describe it this way, my first thoughts were like, this is like a sinister gospel record. Because you have the choir, like you say, it's like a gospel song, but then there's a grime beat behind it. And it's like, do you know what I mean? It was a mad combination, but it really worked. I've never heard anything like that done before. The closest I've ever heard is what Stormzy did. Putting gospel on his grime album. But it's a gospel song. I don't know what this song is, but like...
that was partly what we were trying to do as well. I think, obviously, we've had that song since 2015.
Right, okay.
And so then we hear Stormzy's album and we're like, not in a bad way, it's sick. But we didn't want people to think, obviously. The idea was, all right, cool. Everything we're doing on the album is do this tune, this subject, but it has to come back to us. It needs to be a Heavytrackerz beat, regardless. It's same with, if you hear Sorry, our remake of Sorry, it's still the same lyrics, but the beat it's plain. It's still got some 808s. It's Heavytrackerz.
Yeah.
And Feel the Love is the same thing. It's my favorite as well because it's the one we worked on a lot more. I guess us being from church backgrounds as well, it was just more fun to do. We were debating for a long time whether to have an MC on it or not to have an MC on it, and then we opted for the calm, quick 8-bar. Whereas bare people wanted to jump on that track.
I can imagine.
And even the speech at the beginning, like the tune before that, Survivor, is actually linked to it because Survivor talks about the ends and where we're from, and there's gunshots and there's this and there's that. And then if you pay very careful attention to it, the first thing Michael Payne says is, "But I love it though. The end is where I'm from."
Right.
Both tunes are linked. We talked about the dirty sides, about the gunshots, and Inch coming in with the "Hey yo, man, that you move around here."
Yeah.
From that to, but I still feel the love.
Yeah.
That was the dark. This is the light. That's why the first word is but I love it. It didn't say I love the end. It said but I love it though.
Yeah. This is a continuation.
Yeah, it's a continuation of Survivor.
Sick. You've got so many different names on the album. Like, I mean, there's so many I couldn't even memorize it. I did try, but then I got to like 8 and I was like, who else was it? So I had to write them down. Just some of them I'm going to put out there for people watching that haven't heard the album yet. You got P Money, JME, Deneo, Face, Bizzle, Doctor, Inch, Joe Grind, Tizzy, Michael Payne, Monsta Boy, Big Nasty, Manga, Mologo, Footsie, Big Tobes. Like, there's even more than that. Do you know what I mean? It's a very eclectic mix as well. How and why did you choose all of these artists?
The idea behind it was basically not to go for we have a balance basically of having big artists, big name artists, and then up and coming artists as well. So we had to make basically a list of people to try and get on the tunes and stuff like that. But we just find the right balance in between them, like between that time, I think. Because it was kind of tough just trying to get most of the artists that we wanted to, but
it worked out in the end as well. I think earlier on when we first started, one thing we wanted to do was we took influences from everywhere. Like we normally do people like Daft Punk, Kanye West on Feel the Love because it's fade.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where we got the idea from.
Right, okay.
And me telling you about what's the first, as soon as we started the interview, Eminem, the Paul Interludes.
Yeah.
So that we took from Rudimental's very first album, which was the fact that they ushered in Emily Sandé, John Mayer, Sam Smith, and all these acts.
Yeah.
So it was like, let's not just be guys that are just working with, heavy hitters, because then we're not showing you lot who's Glory Nade, who's Paige, who's the London House Cats, who's Tizzy, who's like all these people. And we made a conscious one to make sure we've had the B-list, C-list, A-list, and then the people that you don't know but are just sick. And that was the aim, basically.
That is sick because obviously, like, you've recorded with Skepta before, you've made tunes for Stormzy. Like, it could be so easy for you to be like, yo, let's just do
it's
a track.
It's going to be the same thing,
I like the mix though, I like the balance because you've got the names, like you got the gets on there and stuff that are going to grab people's attention right now. But then you've got people like Manga, who, my opinion, is one of the most slept on artists in the UK. Like,
he says it in the bars as well.
He
says it on that tune.
Like, how does it compare to what you did last year with the Pure Grime album, compiling a massive bangers and putting that out as a collaboration with, another label and having like a big compilation like that compared to your own work? How does the two processes compare?
I think it's like creative versus corporatives as well. Like, it's the corporate world versus us. It's, this is what you guys need to do. We're going to pay for this, that. We want all the big tunes out there. And I always have a joke with him because there's like one track on that album that we didn't want on it.
Right, okay.
But they were like, you need
Which
to have it.
was...
I'm not gonna say that.
I felt bad asking that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
So then it was that, and then coming to, all right, it's our turn now. We're gonna do our own thing, and then we're gonna pitch the album to different labels. And if none of them want it, we're still gonna put it out.
Yeah.
However much it takes or whatever. We was close to taking bank loans, man. Yeah. Like, we was close to that until most of the meetings, to be fair, I guess we slept on our own talent because most of the meetings I only played one tune. And
Right.
it was all yes. And we
Okay.
had so many offers, then we were able to pick the one we wanted. So it's like almost we played producer, A&R manager, and record label at the same time, and all our people did was to distribute it. That's it. That's
Right.
all they did. Nothing else. They didn't even tell us what tune they liked or they didn't like, unless we asked them. But
Yeah. I know you guys are very self-sufficient anyway. You have been for a long time, not just for this project. Like, you've done everything in-house. I remember you saying last time, you told me you even do like your own graphic design and stuff like that, innit? So, yeah, it's nuts, man. Which do you find is more beneficial, the corporate world with like the pure grime compilation, or doing it this way where you have creative control and you almost like pitch the product to the distributor?
I think, having full control of it is better. But obviously, you just need to find a balance with the corporate world as well, just to see where you're at. And obviously, the corporate side needs to believe in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, it won't be the same. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, I think you just have to find the right balance of that. Do you know what I mean?
If you're self-sufficient as well, I think they tend to see that and they just back off and be like, you don't do your thing.
Yeah.
When we knew how much of our budget we wanted for the videos, they didn't argue it, or they weren't like, how are you gonna shoot the video? What's the concept? It was just have it on our desk by 9 a.m. We're good. It was literally that, and it's stressful. It was super stressful because Pure Grime was almost a breeze, but I guess that's what everyone in London is trying to do, be self-employed. So in a way, it's a form of self-employment as well. And it's like, I think the other thing as well, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Channel U days, you could have been down Oxford Street and shot in your CD.
Yeah, definitely.
In a way. So when you think of people like Mike GLC and that's what they were doing, we're just doing it now, but just in a little different way. So the stress that we're having then is still the same stress. But you can't swap it for anything, because you're waking up and you're like, I'm going to finish my album.
Did you have any sales expectations for the album?
None.
There was actually
none. This is the first time. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So happy. Like, it's the first time. And it weren't even just us. It was them. It was the distributor saying, nope, we're not looking at charts. Just get your downloads. Yeah. Get your downloads. Get your Spotify's.
Do you know the figures for now? Do you know what they are?
No.
So you literally like, you
we
really
haven't.
just don't. That's sick.
This is the first time. We've released so many stuff before. Our own stuff. You know, like when it was German Whip, Married and Dan. Remember I told you every day. Pure Grime. We need to make top 10. We need to make top 10. This, that. This come out. All I cared about, for me anyway, was putting it on Instagram, getting friends to retweet or whatever. The album launch, the T-shirts, the videos, all of that. The one thing we didn't care about was this, which is funny because even last time, Tank messaged me. It's like, do you know what we are on the hip hop chart? Do you know what? Whatever.
Yeah. You'd think it would be the other way around. Like, right, let's really make sure that this does numbers and gets out there.
I've checked once, and that was Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's to let you know, if something came out on Friday and I'm checking it on Sunday, it's to let you know I really don't care about it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the position, because the album, the idea for the album is people need to know who we are, and off the back of that, we need to tour and do live shows. So this album is for us to do live shows, because we want to play it out. We want to take grime to a different level. We want to do live events, bring out violinists, pianists, and drummers, and blah, blah, blah.
I was going to ask that towards the end about what's the process now. So we got there early. I was going to ask, you've got so many people on the album. I feel like this really could be an incredible stage, and like an incredible live album. And like how you say, bringing out like orchestras and stuff. At the beginning of is it Rude Boy Flex?
Yeah.
Where there's like the orchestral part, and like obviously with
tunes,
Feel the Love, you've got the gospel quite like. I can imagine this being like
That's the idea.
Incredible.
Yep.
Like,
that's the whole aim. Like, just going live, really, because that's what to expand, really.
Yeah.
Like, even the album itself, like you're saying, like we said, it's not about charting. It was just about making a statement, like to other musicians or in our scene, basically to elevate rather than just sit. And no offense to any producers or anything, or any artists, but like to push the culture further we would have to go into the live elements. Like, it's not about having to just one mic, one speaker, and one DJ decks or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to elevate it a bit more than that, like to basically to take it to another level.
Let's talk more about the songs on the album. So, I'm Sorry. Did you feel any pressure? Because I mean that song is a timeless record. I can play it at a student party now, and I've got 18-year-olds
still sing it.
singing their heart out when they might have been like, how old is the original? Like, it must be like at least 15 years old. Do you know what I mean? At least. I can't remember the year it came out, but it's got to be around that time. So these guys were 3 when the song originally came, and they're still singing it. So it's timeless now. Did you feel any kind of pressure around remaking such a classic song?
We really like the song, so making it was like, oh wow, like we got the opportunity to make it. Let's go for it. I mean, like behind the closed doors, obviously, like the contacting the main people for to get an approval was just like, it took quite long. I think, how long was it?
We had it for 3 years. We had it
3 years.
For 3 years?
We had it in 2014.
Wow. But so what? Just getting like license to it, or getting the clearance?
Yeah, just
speaking to them. Originally, when we had it was meant to be a remix. We were meant to be doing a remix for someone else.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then that, whatever happened there, flopped. So now we're left with a remix with someone's vocal on it. We had
for this song, or just this is a completely different remix.
No,
it's
for this remix for this song.
Right.
Not for them, not for Monsta Boy.
Right.
Someone else.
Right. Got you.
Done it, and they go, could you guys do the remix to their version? Done the remix. It's out on our desk. Because whatever happened over there. Then now we've got a tune with vocals, and we really like it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's something we grew up on, and now we want to take it further. So we're out there asking, how do we get in contact with the people, with Monsta Boy? Like, who are they? Like, I mean, we know them, but how do we get in contact with them? And then a few times we tried to use it as a single, and people were like, nah, this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was proper petitioning for it. And fighting
Right,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
2015, 2016, we put it on our SoundCloud. I remember our manager at the time was like, boys, this one ain't going to take off. Put it on our SoundCloud in 2016. Went off. Like, our SoundCloud, like, and you remember, we're not fully active on SoundCloud, so we weren't even getting that many plays. But that tune, it was like 20K in like a day and a half. Then it was getting really ridiculous numbers. So we took it down and was like, it's going on the album.
Yeah.
Then we just kept pestering them. Finally got an email through so many people.
Yeah.
They said no so many times until we gave them the final version with Mark Asari, and then obviously had the touch of Big Nasty.
Big Nasty on there as well.
We even had a version with Craig David as well.
Yep.
Like we tried, we tried it so many times.
So what happened with that then? Why was Craig not on the final? Craig
obviously went on to do
his album.
That's just at the time of when the baseline drops.
Right.
So he just wasn't gonna be available. Like, but that is he's not the only one. Like we had a track with Riley Ritchie on the album.
Okay, sick artist.
Just because of timing, and he's got his album coming out. There's a few people that were on the album, but obviously just couldn't make it. Chip was on it as well.
Right.
Couldn't make it because obviously he clashes with.
So when you say couldn't make it, it was just like scheduling, getting him to the studio.
No, tune done. Tune done. But remember, some people are with, like Riley's with Virgin or Sony. Yeah. And now
so for their scheduling and putting out their product,
and then you've got the whole. So what's his percentage? What's this? That. We need to send it to our lawyer in the US and this and that. And you're looking at a time like, boys, we've only got 1 week, but these are things that take like over a month.
Right.
And on the last day, I remember we pushed the album back so much. I can't do it anymore, man.
No.
And even Rude Boy Flex, like to get Lethal B's verse on it. He was doing the Stormzy tour thing, so we pushed it back. But remember, every time you push it by a day, that's another 2 weeks in the thingy world. The release world. So the release for this album was meant to be May, and we ended up August 25th.
Right.
Just to show you that there's certain things we tried so much, but it just
didn't work.
So those things that you haven't managed to clear in time, are you still pushing for clearance so you can hold on to them and put them onto something else? Or is it like,
no, 100%. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Sick.
Come on, Grey Worm.
Grey Worm. He's got Grey Worm on the record. Who, out of the whole project, who's the easiest artist to work with? I was going to ask who was the hardest, but I'm not putting it on you like that, bro. I'm not going to do it to you, fellas. I like you.
I say Big Nasty. he's just full of energy, man. Like always, all the time, he's on 100.
He's on 2 of the records, right?
Yeah. He's a good friend of ours as well. So it's like he's seen us from the ground up. Like so, it's easy. It's easy. Like once he comes to the studio to just work. Really.
He's got a good energy about him. Nice.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'll say as well, Inch, Joe Grand, and Michael Payne as well. Were easier to work with, and it's sick when it's like people that are just happy to be on a project with you. Joe was just like, yeah, send me the tune.
There's another good energy right there, man. Joe Grind.
Down, and yeah, after 2 hours of conversation about Netflix and computer games, we finally got to work. But like, yeah, these people are like, you know, it's just everyone's different. Some people, they enjoy just making music. Some people enjoy making music, but there are certain rules and certain complications because not everyone's accessible like that.
Yeah.
And you have to go through so many hurdles and paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And then there's some people that just can't do it so you get all kind of people. So yeah, those guys were cool, man.
I like how Doctor, for example, you had him on a record. I know you had Lady Chan on another record. I like how you brought elements of like the UK Jamaican sound in as well. Like,
yeah.
I like it. I really do like that.
There was more tunes, you know. I think we had another one with Doctor as well. Just because we have to cut down the numbers.
Yeah.
Trust me, we were fighting.
Like, this live tour is turning into like a...
We was going to even go as low as 13, but it was just like, yo, this is the first one, man. Let's give them 13 on the second one. Let's just expand.
So 18 tracks now, 13 for the next one.
Yeah, let's just take it down a little bit on the next one. But all the elements like on the album, but most of the album, fun enough, was that element. We just took it out. But most of the album, I think at the time, we were fully inspired by like Major Lazer.
Right.
So a lot of it.
That electronic, like...
Yeah.
I call it electro bashment. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but I can't think of anything else to call it.
Yeah, we so on it, you've got Survivor, you've got Hands Up, and you've got In The Air, which are like 3 tunes, but in reality, they probably could have been like 7. That was that kind of vibe. And it's weird for 2 African boys to be doing that, but this is London. This
I was gonna ask
this is
about
what
that.
the ends are like. This is what we grew up on. Like when we came here, we just accepted different cultures, like sound system culture, whatever you call it, garage on one side, hip hop on the other side, classical here. It's just all of that. That's what's I guess sick about London, really. You learn from everyone else. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Dead or Alive, who would you have had on that album? If you'd had that track 19, who would that have been? Heavytrackerz featuring.
All right. Dead, I don't know, you know. MJ, I would say.
Yeah, that's a goal.
MJ.
That's a goal.
Yeah, that's a goal.
MJ and somehow get Nina Simone in there.
Yeah.
Nina Simone. I think you said that last time, you know, as well when I asked you.
But do you know how many tunes people sample from her?
Yeah,
because she's there. Like everyone samples every single. I know for a fact she would have done one vocal, and this guy would have taken it, chopped it, and made something out of it. So 100%. But Dead, I probably would have said MJ or done like some dub with Bob Marley or something, and then switch it on the drop. Or you mad 808s on the drop.
You know, the Marley estate, they're clearing certain samples now. You know, Styler G's got that Call Me a Leader record out there. There's a few house records that have got
they're clearing. Jay-Z's got one as well with the other.
Yeah,
Jamaican
precisely.
lady.
So
they're clearing stuff. I think it's through Universal, I think, as well.
Right,
Island Records or whatever. They're starting to clear a lot of stuff.
So there you go.
There's always a chance as well.
Maybe one of those 13
13
records on the next one.
Same way we were begging for Sorry to be cleared. I guess if you do something and it's sick, you could always knock on the door and you never know. They might just say yeah. So yeah.
As always, man. Great conversations with great fellas. It's DJ Double here with Teedot and Tank. It's the Heavytrackerz in the building.